Hey everybody, good morning. Saturday morning, I'm hanging out here with Blake in Gibson's Landing. Just wanted to say hello to everybody. And funny, I was thinking about this. I'm basically a lifer on the Sunshine Coast. Blake's like a lifer on the Sunshine Coast. And even in fact, I swam in those waters back there before there was either breakwater or before the Gibson's Marina had opened, man. Me and my friend John Charlebois were diving under all those floats and wharfs and docks and finding the air pockets and swimming around in there. It's like just spent my life in the Landing. I love the Landing. I love that our church is in the Landing. And I graduated from Elfie, and just like every typical Sunshine Coast kid almost, I couldn't get out of here fast enough. And so I rolled out of here after high school. I moved up north, and it was during those years that my relationship with Jesus really grew. And I wanted to tell you a quick story about that because in 1997, I got hired through the Canada Summer Jobs Program to work at Christian Life Assembly. The church up the hill, up School Road, where my good friend Pastor Jazz is the pastor there. And I worked there with the youth for the summer. And one night we planned in July to do an all-night prayer meeting with the youth group. Isn't that crazy? You think, wow, could youth do that? Well, those kids did. We wanted to. We spent all night being up and spending time seeking God. And in the middle of the night, we did this. We planned to do a prayer walk around Gibsons. So just go around Gibsons and to pray for neighborhoods and areas. And we divided up the kids with leaders. And then they went out around town. And hey, there's my buddy Neil. And so as we were wandering around town, I came with my group, and we stood outside of the doors of the old Elfie's Cabaret. And we actually laid hands on the doors, and we just prayed about this place and prayed about this building and prayed over it. And then we went on, and life went on for me. And then, I always wondered, wow, I wonder if we'll come back to Gibson's. Well, we ended up coming back to Gibson's, and in July of 2007, exactly 10 years later, this is crazy, you can't even make this stuff up, exactly 10 years later, I became the pastor of a church that was now meeting in Elfie's Cabaret. I can't even believe that happened. And so I was just thinking about this building. The Giannakis family built this building, and actually, let's go take a peek. We'll wander in. And hey, Neil, come say hi in a minute. Can we do that?
Just waiting for Debbie.
Okay. So the Giannakis family built this building. Let me get through the dark here, and then we'll get to the other side. So here we are, the old Elfie's Cabaret, or the club. And the Giannakis family built this building like, 70s, 80s, way back when. And what's super cool is like members of their family became followers of Jesus and loved Jesus. And then John DeClure became the owner of this building with his wife, Janet. Janet was my dentist here in Gibson's for so many years. She balls me out regularly and says, spend a lot of time on those teeth, make sure you take care of them. But John just passed away. We were supposed to host a celebration of life for him here in the building, but John knew Jesus. And I just think it's amazing how God has worked a story of redemption, that a church would gather here where a lot of people used to party, man. I've had people in town tell me, I'm not going to church there. I used to go there to see the Peelers. So it's not very often you hear that about a church building. But, we're in these interesting days where we haven't been able to gather. The churches, we're doing this live stream thing, and it's been great, and it's been awesome. And we're going to continue to do that because people are enjoying it. But we're also preparing to come back together to worship. And so you can kind of see the buildings getting organized. Martin's in the back corner doing some work. And we're just doing our best to follow some of the government health orders and be organized so that we can come together. And I was just thinking about that because, there's some folks who's like, they're super stoked, they're super pumped, they want to get back here and get back together and worship as quick as possible. And they're not too concerned about things. And then there's other folks that are really cautious and really careful. And there's this interesting tension that we're in as a culture. And I was just thinking about this. I'm like, I actually think that the church could be in danger in these days if we don't manage this well, if we don't consider these things well. And so as we come together to worship tomorrow, we're gonna still be live streaming, and next week we're gonna go to a 9:30 service and an 11 o'clock service. And I'm gonna have a lot more info about that tomorrow. So, I would encourage you to check in and watch the service tomorrow. But what I want to remind you is this, is that Jesus one day sat down with his disciples as they were following him, and he said to them, hey guys, I got a new command for you. The Bible's full of, God's word's full of commands, but he says, I have a new command for you. And the command is this, that you love one another. He said, by this, all men will know that you're my disciples if you love one another. And so church, community of Gibsons, the Sunshine Coast, I've been just trying to process, how does the church come back together and gather? And what does that look like? And it's like, well, should we be rebellious against the government? And I've just been considering these things and going, boy, I actually don't think that that's what a Christian should do, to be rebellious. Our motivation is to be loved. Jesus said we'll be known by our love. And so I want to remind you this, that the Bible just teaches that there's one action Christians are to have. That's to love. And there's one person who they worship. That's Jesus. And Jesus said this, if you love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and you love people as yourself, you fulfill all the commands. And so we're looking to come back together soon, and we want to make sure love is at the center of all that we do, and that Jesus is at the center of all that we do. And so I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. I just want to encourage you. I think what we're going to talk about tomorrow morning is really important. So you can join us 10 a.m. for our live stream right on our website, CTK Gibsons. You can go to our Facebook page. You can find us on YouTube, CTK Gibsons, and we're going to live stream worship and some time in the Word, and we're getting ready to get back together as a church. And so I hope to see you soon. God bless you.